Hello everyone, my name is Jameson Young. This is Coins in History. I'm here at Meteorite Crater in Arizona, the best preserved meteorite crater on the planet. It's not the biggest, but standing here, you won't be able to tell because this place is huge. I think it's about 0.7 miles across. It's around 560 feet deep, and the rim goes up to like 148 feet tall, because like when you're driving up here, it looks like you're like, where's the crater? But when you finally get a little bit closer, you realize, oh, the mountains are the crater, because like when the meteorite hit, it made an impact, and like on the perimeters, on the rims, it pushed up dirt, and all around it, it looks like a mountain range or a little mountain range. It's also known as Barringer Crater because it's actually owned by private owners, and it's the Barringer family. It's known as the Barringer Crater because like this guy named Daniel Barringer, he spent 27 years trying to mine into it, thinking that the meteorite, it must be down there somewhere. But what he didn't realize is, when those meteorites come in, like there's this place in Siberia, Russia, in like 1907, 1908, where it was hit by a meteorite and it flattened thousands of square miles of like trees, and like there was no meteorite there either, because when those meteorites come in, they come in at so many tens of thousands of miles per hour that they almost like get vaporized. So they come in more like at a shotgun blast than a rifle round. So so that it doesn't leave like a big rock like you might think it does. And then on top of that, like any big pieces that do hit the ground, lots of times they'll get kind of like, just like if you took a glass bottle and threw it against the ground, it'll shatter in bits. So any pieces that do not get like vaporized, they'll eventually break into pieces when they hit the ground, because like the whole area is, filled with like, it has more iron in its soil all around here. And for years, they were always confused, why isn't there a big rock? If it was a meteorite, it should have been a big rock, but there never was. And in other areas, there nothing to this degree, but there were like volcanic activity that does cause like little dips and mars in the surface. So they thought that maybe that's what it was. So for a long time, they thought maybe it was just like volcanic. And then this debate went back and forth until about 1960. It was designated a National Natural Landmark in November 1967. The meteorite crater came to the attention of scientists after American settlers encountered it in the 19th century. The crater was given several earlier names, including Coon Mountain, Coon Butte, Crater Mountain, Meteorite Mountain, and Meteorite Crater. Its age, it happened around 50,000 years ago, they guesstimate. And then when you go into the museum costs $31 in 2026. And when you're walking around, they have explanations for almost everything. Explanations for when, the crater was mined by the Barringer guy. Explanations for, when they think it hit, which was around 50,000 years ago. They show how like astronauts, like the Apollo mission astronauts, came here to train, and to this day astronauts come here to train because it's so similar to like the craters that are found on the moon. They actually have an actual capsule to a part of the space program, the Apollo space program, and apparently there were astronauts that came here to train. And that's also some of the reason why other people thought it was a meteorite crater, because they could see the craters on the moon, and this looked exactly like it. And then when you first see it, it's pretty cool. There's like, before you actually see it outside of the building, when you're going through the museum, you see it in a huge window, and that window like shows the whole thing. It's like, it's actually bigger than I thought. When you're looking at from pictures from like a drone from a mile above or half a mile above, it doesn't look that big, but it's huge. And there's a couple different ways there's a self-guided tour and a guided tour. The self-guided tour has at least 3 observation decks, a really high one on top of the rim, like a medium one, where you like stand over top the crater and look down, which is kind of scary, and then the lowest one. The observation posts are in 3 different levels. I'm currently on the tallest one. This is like the best one. And they have these little binocular things. And yeah, it's kind of like on one hand, it looks like you're standing on a mountain range. On the other hand, this isn't a normal mountain range because it's like perfectly circular. So it's like a smaller version of what what hit the dinosaurs, I guess. And anyway, the Meteorite Crater in northern Arizona is definitely worth it if you're in northern Arizona. And my name is Jameson Chase Young. This is Coins in History. I hope you enjoy these videos. If you do, please like and subscribe. Thank you.